Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestler's Way and to another edition of Raw Out of 10. And yeah, it's a big show today, WrestleMania. We are firmly on the road to it now. And yeah, we've got a big show today. We've got several matches being set out. The Bloodline storylines continuing. We've got the Royal Rumble winner on it. We've got a women's tag title match. Let's get straight into it. And Becky Lynch was seen kicking off Raw together backstage before Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa came out to the ring. Jimmy said the Bloodline were in attendance. That may look like the group were having problems, but families fight all the time. Jimmy said they were there to remind everyone who runs Raw, and the Street Profits came out to tell them to take a hike. The two ended up in a match shortly after, and Dawkins and Jimmy kicked off, and Sikoa was tagged in early. Ford came in and got a drop kick before he was isolated in the corner. Jimmy came back and took down Dawkins before Sikoa beat him down in the corner. Ford came in with a standing moves out on Uso, but missed before dodging a big diving crossbody. Dawkins got the tag and Ford went out top, but Sikoa dropped Montez and hit a super kick on Dawkins before getting Samoan strike for the win. And yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 from me. Good win. And the Bloodline's beating down the Prophet after the match, and Kevin Owens came out to make the save. But yeah, like I say, good win for the Bloodline. Interesting dynamic, obviously, without Jay, and a good match as well, which kind of put the Street Profits over as well. So 7 out of 10. Brock Lesnar was out next as a guest of MVP's VIP lounge, while the host himself was too afraid to step in the ring with Brock. Brock said he wasn't looking to hurt MVP as he stepped into the ring before hyping up a possible match between the Beast and Omos. MVP said the Beast could never F5 Omos, and Lesnar accepts the challenge. MVP brought out the champagne to celebrate, but Brock instead had his own moonshine. He took a swig and offered it to MVP, insisting that he do the same, and then did, but it spit it out on Lesnar's face. MVP tried to apologise, and Lesnar got up and hit him with an F5. And yeah, this was just a fun segment. I'm really not convinced about the idea of Lesnar versus Omos at Mania, but this alone was just a fun segment, and both of these were great. Yeah, good stuff. Becky Lynch and Lita were backstage, and the latter said that winning the women's tag titles was on her bucket list. I bet it was. Lynch said that she has always wanted to be a tag champion as well, but didn't pay respect well with others, but she had always respected Lita. And then we learned that John Cena will be back next week. Can't wait for that. Setting up a match with Theory, you'd have thought, for Mania, but it's time for Chad Gable versus Cody Rhodes. Cody took Gable into the corner early on before taking a right hook and a sunset flip for a near fall. Gable took the ankle lock before Cody took him up for an inverted suplex. Chad recovered and hit a German before taking a big DDT, and then Gable got a main salt, but Rhodes sent him out for a big dive. Otis interfered and was sent over the barricades before getting the win in the ring, and Crossroads and a Cody cutter. After the match, Rhodes called out Roman and said he will be there on SmackDown since he knew Roman would be as well. So really starting to step up the build now. And yeah, it gets 7 out of 10 from me. A really good match, of course it would be between these two. And yeah, looking forward to seeing like the WrestleMania build. First time they've gone face to face, you'd imagine, getting really serious now. So 7 out of 10. Kevin Owens was backstage and said that the Bloodline was suffering the consequences of their actions. KO won't stop until the Bloodline falls, and he doesn't need or want any help with that. The Judgment Day were backstage, and Dominic sent a message to his dad saying that Ray was now in his prison. Rhea said that she become the new women's champ at Mania, with Balor calling out Edge and telling him he wants the match at Mania. So I guess that's where we're going to get that highly anticipated Hell in a Cell match between them. And yeah, the Judgment Day looking good for Mania. But Asuka then taking on Carmella, who took control of the match early on and hit a big move in the corner before getting near fall. But Asuka came back with a knee strike before missing a hip attack, but taking a suplex at ringside. Asuka got some big strikes, a German suplex and a super kick. Carmella got another near fall off a kick after Asuka missed the top rope dive. Asuka got the armbar locked in and picked up the win. Asuka called Bianca after the match, and the latter walked out. Carmella came back and attacked Bianca from behind while she was talking to Asuka and fled the ring. But yeah, this gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a solid enough match, just kind of a match to tick over the weeks. Good win for Asuka, building her up in her new kind of persona. So yeah, it did its job here, 6 out of 10. Next up on Raw was Piper Niven versus Candice LeRae. Piper Niven took control early on and got a big sent on before locking the submission hold. LeRae went and sent outside, and Nikki Cross tried to interfere but was sent into the barricade. Back in the ring, Candice used distraction from Nikki and caught Niven with a roll-up, picking up the win. And yeah, this gets a 5 out of 10 from me. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think much of this, to be honest. Piper Niven, I don't know. I feel like she could have come back with more of a bang. They haven't really done much to hype up Candice either. So yeah, this was a damaging loss. And yeah, I don't know, I just don't really see the direction they're going in with either of these two, which is the same really, because they both are super talented. So yeah, 5 out of 10 from me. Judgment Day then ran into Johnny Gargano, and Balance challenged him to a match next week on Raw. So that'd be good, before The Miz was out next and announced that he would be hosting WrestleMania, and his wife secured him the opportunity. Rollins came out and said he was there to congratulate The Miz. Miz asked why Rollins has been attacking him in recent weeks, and said it was because the former was being a jerk. Rollins said he he had been trying to reach Logan Paul and wanted Miz's help to reach him. Miz told Rollins no and kept talking before Seth hit him with a super kick and took his phone. Miz was knocked out and Rollins used his face to unlock the phone before calling Logan Paul. Rollins challenged Logan to a match next week on Raw, and he accepted. Seth was on his way out before he came back to hit the stomp on Miz before walking out. And yeah, obviously I doubt that will be a proper match and it will lead to the match at Mania. But yeah, Miz hosting WrestleMania kind of feels like a natural role for him. And yeah, Seth Rollins v Logan Paul is going to be great. Lots of hype around the Paul at the moment, obviously. Austin Theory was backstage and said that he was looking forward to John Cena's return next week. We all know where that's going. Before it's time for Bobby Lashley versus Elias. Lashley got a big slam right way and sent Elias outside before the latter dropped Bobby on the barricades and hit a knee. Boogs and took notes backstage while Lashley got flatline spear and a hurt lock for the easy win. He got on the mic afterwards and said he wasn't interested in playing games with Wyatt and crush him if he gets in his way. Lashley was on his way out when a video came on the Titantron and Wyatt was dancing around a song he made up, which was very strange. But yeah, I think we all know where this is going. Lashley v Wyatt at WrestleMania. I'm not sure this is the best direction, to be honest. I would have preferred a Hurt Business Union or Lashley v Lesnar for one last time. But yeah, I'm just not convinced by this, to be honest. And yeah, very weird segment. Otis v Johnny Gargano was up next, though, and Otis caught Gargano off a dive to the outside before Marseille Mansoir tried to interfere by taking Johnny out at ringside. Dexter Lumis came up from the crowd and helped Gargano escape. Back in the ring, Gargano hit a DDT and picked up the win. And yeah, this gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Good win for Johnny. Yeah, hopefully it starts to build some momentum now, which I feel like is slowly to get going for him on the main roster. But yeah, this wasn't bad. It was a solid match. And yeah, there's still teasers of Maximum Male Models Notice, which is going to be great when it finally comes to fruition. So yeah, can't really complain with this. 6 out of 10. But anyway, next up, it was time for our main event. Io Sky and Dakota Kai versus Becky Lynch and Lita. Io and Becky started the match, and Lita and Dakota were tagged in. Sky came back, women in, and took a double team move for the challengers before Lita and Becky hit their chance with a dive in the corner. I took the Diamond Dust before being caught in a disarm her, but Io broke it up before sending Becky outside and hitting a big dive. Bayley took out Lisa to assist her team, and a chance got a near fall on Lynch in the ring off a double team. Trish Stratus came out and attacked Bayley at ringside before helping Lisa back up on the apron. Tags were made and Lisa got the twist of fate before Becky tried to interfere again. Trish and Becky made sure Becky, Lee and Kai were down and made sure Lisa got the moonsault on Sky for the win. And yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Really good match. I'll say it was a really good match. It was a good match. There still could have been better, but that's to be expected with Lisa and Ring Rust. But yeah, new tag chance. I think it's the obvious direction. Getting Lynch v Rowdy in a way at Mania is going to be good. And yeah, Lisa star power. It makes logical sense. Great to see Trish as well. So yeah, good main event. 7 out of 10. Overall, Raw this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a solid episode of Raw this week. There were some decent matches. The main event was good, and yeah, some decent developments for WrestleMania. It really feels like we're starting to build that up now. And yeah, the hype is growing. There were some bits that I'm not sure about. Lashley Wyatt, for example, I'm not totally convinced by Mania, but we'll see where it goes. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. And to like, share, subscribe, any thoughts, comments, download, follow the show for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.